Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, John TruLuv. Please hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. Today, we're going to just try to stick to the subject and just touch bases on what I was talking about in my last video. And it was finding our purpose. And what exactly. It's coming to me now again, and it came to me already. And I might even name this video just to, maybe this is where I need to go. We're going to see. Like I said, if not, I'll redirect. But it's finding purpose after narcissistic abuse or narc abuse, or as you come out of your toxic cycle. Like I was saying in my last video, you come out, lost. You come out like you just came out of a washing machine. And what you have to understand is you have been in a toxic cycle for a very, very long time, longer than what you even think. And what I mean by this is because, like I said before, it's all you know, and it's all you recognize since you were small. What you're going through or what you went through, understand that it's not normal. It's not normal, meaning giving so many chances, putting yourself last in a situation, you giving and never getting back, you feeling like that person is not there. And I'm gonna tell you why, if you don't mind. And this is gonna be a lot for the Heyoka High Priestess, especially for the High Priestess, especially for the Heyoka High Priestess. And like I said, you're a badass, dude. You're a fucking badass because you want change. You want different. And you no longer want to be in those toxic cycles. Because I was there once. I've been there. And not even understanding why I would jump from relationship to relationship. Not understanding why. And now I do. And what is it, Johnny? It's my self-worth and values were based on somebody else. So when that person, the covert narc in my life, my ex-narcissist, when she left, she took a part of you. They take part of you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And what are you gonna do? Being a truth seeker, being somebody who reasons, somebody who wants to understand what the fuck is really going on? Because that's as you come out. And this is all leading to finding your purpose, okay? This is why I'm talking about this. And I think people need to hear this. That's what it is. People do need to hear this, actually. And so yeah, man, because this is a very, very crucial point in your spiritual journey, in your spiritual growth. Because like that, like if you like me, ain't like me, you're not, I was never religious. So you're probably not religious as well. Like if anything, or just go play by ear, or don't go to church because you think you're a hypocrite, because you're gonna go to hell, and you're still sinning. Believe me, I was there. I was in the exact same boat. But it's not about going to church and being religious. It's about understanding your higher self, your true self, your authentic self. People call it God source. Well, it is God source. It is. It's not, they call it is God source, should I say. But people call it, the field. People call it the universe. People, whatever calls you to your higher angels, spirit, but whatever gets you to understand your higher self and your relationship to him. Your relationship to your higher self, to that inner voice, to your intuition, in other words. And it's all based, from what I'm understanding, like it's been coming especially a lot clearer these past couple of days. It's care. Care, people say compassion, but if you look at it through the Freemasons, that's what it is. They call it care, and we call it compassion though. You mean through the heart, heart feeling, heart-based, which is our emotions, which are filled, by the way. You're full of emotions. And like I'm saying, okay, so.
The generative principle is care. Now, this is different than compassion. People say, why don't you use the word compassion? Because that's not what I'm talking about. It is a different concept than compassion, or even what I would describe as love. This means, what are you giving attention and helping to grow? What are you focusing upon? Because what you're focusing upon, that's what's ultimately getting generated, getting created, and growing. And this doesn't mean be ignorant of what's going on in the world and don't look at anything that's negative because you're going to feed that and give power to it. That's not what it means. That means, you know what you're feeding? In that instance, if you want to do that, you're feeding ignorance. And that's what's going to grow. It's the exact opposite that the New Agers want you to believe that it is. By ignoring the negative, you are ensuring that more of it occurs. You are fueling it by ignorance, ensuring that it grows and takes over. What care has to be looked at here as is, this is what you're giving your energy to. This is what you're focused upon. This is what you actually care enough about to do, to spend your time on, to put your attention on, to manifest in the world. That's what I'm talking about as care. That's what generates our experience in the aggregate. Most people don't care about what's really happening. Therefore, it is an impossibility for us in the aggregate to change the direction of energy, to change the direction of consciousness, and ultimately to get what we say we want. That's how the real law of attraction works. Here's how it actually operates. The lost principle is the dynamic of care. What we care about on a day-to-day basis acts as the driving force of our thoughts and actions. What did I say we need to develop? The heart, mind, guts, right? Heart, mind, guts, in that order. Care comes first. You got to care enough to know, to develop the knowledge, okay? Then you got to act on it and put it into practice. Apply it. So that's the order. Heart, mind, guts. Care, knowledge, action. Those are the steps. And all three of those have to be in place. All three. That's what unity consciousness is. It's unifying thoughts, emotions, and actions. The three aspects of consciousness, such that there is no contradiction between them. Our thoughts, what we say, what we think, how we feel, and how we act are one and the same. There's no contradiction. That's unity consciousness. Care is the driver of our thoughts and actions. It ultimately can be seen as the generator of the quality of our shared experience here on the earth. Care is what generates the whole thing. Hence, it has been called the generative principle.
We release it. Remember that. Release it, let it all go. Like I said before, and I'll say it again, that helps you bring you present, it brings you now, and it brings you as a clear channel to find your highest purpose, to follow your goals, and that's why I'm here today. In taking action. That's what I'm like, by acting, taking action. I'm embodying what I want to be, which is a guide, man. I want to be your tour guide. I want to be your tour guide in your spiritual awakening, your spiritual evolution. And like I said, it's by me going my route of a shaman, I have to learn a lot. I'm not talking about because of my purpose. I have to learn a lot. I have to heal my own self. And the more I heal myself, the more I help heal others. The deeper I understand myself, the deeper I can others and help them and guide if they want to. And that's one thing in my journey in evolution. It's understanding that everybody's no guide. Like stop trying to convince them because they're not ready yet. You could go, and this is where stick to the chakra journey. Going 5 minutes and a half. And I really want to get this message across. So it's when you come out of that relationship, like I was saying, the toxic cycle, whatever it is, you're left naked. And understand that it's normal in your spiritual evolution of growth. Like me, I went through CPTSD, complex post-traumatic stress. Like it was bad. Like I was in a washing machine. I lost myself. My grandma passing away. You know what I mean? Losing my job. Everything was taken from me. My whole sense of identity that I had, which was my grandmother, like her love, her validation, all that was gone from me. My ex-girlfriend, my ex-narcissist taking what I thought was love, because it really wasn't love. You know, it was just an illusion in the mirror of myself that I understand now, and I thank her. Like I said, like me and my ex-narcissist, I thank my ex-co-narc. I thank her for everything she has taught me, man, because she taught me what I was missing. Like I said again, and I'll say it again, the narcissist in your life is there to wake you the fuck up. And I'll say that again. They're there to show you what you're missing, what you need to fix, and that's what makes you stronger. And best believe they're gonna come back to you, but you have to be strong enough. You have to have your core morals and beliefs. You have to have that set, because they gave it to you. Since you didn't understand that, since you didn't understand your own morals, your own core beliefs, you gave it to somebody else, and somebody else had to create that for you. And now that they're fucking gone and fucking with you now because they know that they have you. They know that they can call you whatever the fuck they want. And since they know that, they're gonna play you. If you are with a toxic person or toxic individual in your life, and I bring this up because if you're a Heyoka or Heyoka High Priestess, best believe you're going through this, or went through this, or you're trying to escape it. Please, I would want to hope and wish that you're, because that's what's gonna happen. So find yourself a tribe of like-minded individuals that understand your story. If it's a but don't go to narcissistic websites. Find a tribe like I'll give you a good example. The T on NPD, beautiful example of narcissistic recovery, or as you find out, she's a good teacher, she's a good coach in regards to teaching you who you're with. And I hope that you're not there too long, meaning as in like once you find out, once you know who they are, get the fuck out, leave, and that's it. That's keeping your boundaries, that's understanding yourself. So that's that whole narcissistic thing. But remember, that too shall pass. It's gonna pass. Your turmoil, your hurting, understand that it's all a part of the journey. It's all a part of your evolution and growth. Because enough pain, enough hurt, it's gonna get your attention. Because you've been going through it for such a fucking long time, but you're not seeing the big picture. You're not seeing your lesson. And that's what I'm saying. But once you escape that, leave that, you're gonna get here. That's what I'm saying. And finding your purpose. So